Hello, my name is Carlos, and today I'm gonna talk about homophobia. This is my topic for my persuasive speech. I'm gonna talk about homophobia in the US. The title is Homophobia and How Could Be Decreased in the US. The specific purpose is to create a lesson for people to learn about homophobia and how to stop the hate that exists against the LGBT community. So, homophobia is the fear or resentment against gay, lesbian, and bisexual people. uh, it can be like a variety of attitudes that can impact anyone that they perceive to be gay, bisexual, or lesbian, or someone that has an association with gay or who does not conform with the stereotypical expectations of what is masculine or feminine behavior. So I chose this topic because I was thinking, what topic should I choose? And I think it's not just about the homophobic people, it's about the people that we are not homophobic, but we do nothing about it. So we can create the environment for these people and the space to attack and maybe think that that's an opinion when it's just pure hate. So when we see something that is not fair, or when we hear expressions, comments, ads, jokes, and we just laugh or we just do anything, I think that silence, it's really also like an homophobic act because I know we are more like the people that we are against this kind of acts and we do nothing. So the homophobia, it's present itself to especially to young people as the fear of reaction to this issue, and the people that is gay, it's always like perceived to be different. So most of the time the homophobia it's called in to do like bullying. uh, so also they use religious arguments to attack them, creating a whole distortion about what the Bible says. um, So there's also a lot of bullying or harassment. Can include be verbal, can be physical, can be emotional, can be just to one individual or to a group, but it's directly specifically to someone that could be gay, but could be in any other form of bullying or harassment. So sometimes it could be just offensive comments. It could be humiliation, it could be threats. So, but why are these people homophobic? Like, for example, this guy is holding a sign saying that we support traditional marriage. So, in my opinion, this is not something that I found. It's that, let's say, this guy can think that the traditional marriage is threatened by gay marriage. They think they have to be, they cannot marriage, they cannot have the same rights than him because they see like a threat. Sometimes they say that if we allow gay marriage, all people are gonna start being gay, or our kids are gonna be gay. So that's why I say we have to make this change because sometimes the arguments are that stupid that we don't say anything when we have a normal conversation with our friends. Sometimes, for example, me, before taking the paralegal classes, I was going to automotive repair. It was just guys, and they make common jokes, not like this, like not going really deep to the gay issue, but always making what the gay style of life, the gay life, uh, or the gay rights as a joke. So it could be really, it could happen anywhere. Adults at home, it could happen at the workplace, it could happen in college. So sometimes, for example, anyone can become a victim of homophobic bullying or harassment, even if you're not gay. That can happen a lot when you're a teenager. Uh, it could happen in social media. It could happen to straight people. Uh, so it's always the gay people are frequently forced to behave differently. People have preconceptions, people have prejudices, fears, and they sometimes target people and their hate just in one person because they just think they're different and they see that difference as a threat. So, according to the Huffington Post, the LGBT student harassment at college nationwide in the US, it's about 25% of lesbian, gay, bisexual students that they have been harassed due to their sexual orientation. So the US have a big history of crimes against LGBT community. We can talk about some events like the first demonstration in favor of sexual rights uh, or homosexual rights is starts in the 60s. The gay and lesbian were practically outlaws. They lived in a secret life, in a secret and in fear. They were labeled mad by doctors, immoral by religious leaders, uncontainable by the government, predator by the news, and criminals by the police. So we all know that the state of New York prohibited uh, homosexuality in public and private business, and gay frequency establishments were regularly target of police raids and door closings. So we all know the events that happened in June 2000, in 1969 when the police raided the Stonewall Inn in the Greenwich Village. That's a neighborhood in New York, which started the confrontation between the clients of a popular gay bar and the police. So 1 year after that, in 1970, the gay community started celebrating the first gay pride in most of the cities of the United States. So I like these images that I have here because it's we always been here. There's always been like gay families that have. We also have that stereotype of a woman, a man, and children. But even though right now it's allowed in a lot of states, in a lot of countries, like gay families, they're always been there. It's no different. It's just that they're fighting for having the same rights that we have. So something sad or something that can call the attention is that homosexuality was considered being a mental illness in until 1973. So many families admitted that the relatives were having psychiatric problems. Um, Back then, there was a high rate of suicides and homicides for hate crimes. So this is what I was talking about at the beginning, why I chose this topic and the change that we can make. We have to say that hate is not an opinion. We can talk about homophobia, we can talk about gay rights, we can talk about gay history, we can talk about what people think is we can talk about moral, we can talk about what they consider a family, but we need to know when they use arguments that are valid and not full of hatred. Like, for example, like giving you information with numbers, rates, percentages, dates. So that's how we have to combat and try to change the stereotypes of people that think that being gay it's not okay. So in 1973, the American Psychiatric Association decided to eliminate homosexuality for the diagnostic of mental disorders and reject all discriminatory legislations against gay and lesbian because they did a complete scientific review on the subject. So in 1990, the World Health Organization removed homosexuality from the mental illness list. So we also in the US we have this famous law called "Don't Ask, Don't Tell." It was instituted in the 1994 by the Clinton administration, and it prohibited the police and military personnel from discrimination against or harassment gays or bisexual people that were in service service member or applicants, because they were avoiding and they were not letting gay or lesbian people uh, to be in the military service. So the law was repealed in 2010 under the President Barack Obama, giving the opportunity for open gay people to serve the country and ending decades of suffering by thousands of people who kept relationships and events, uh, even family secrets. So the gay marriage is finally legal in the United States in all the states from 2000 in 2015, despite the fact that in some states of the country uh, did it before, like for example, the state of Vermont accepted civil unions of same-sex couples in 2000. So in 2003, the Massachusetts Supreme Court ruled that denying the marriage of same-sex couples was unconstitutional, and they start giving licenses so people could marry. Um, so it was under President George W. Bush that he did like a request for the constitutional amendment to define and protect marriage as a union between man and a woman. It was like a setback, but in 2004, same marriage was recognized by 37 states and the federal capital. So we have so many cases of homophobia and hate crimes because with a joke, with all these preconceptions that we have famous cases of gay people that were harassed and they at the end they commit suicide or they were terrible, violent with that people. So this is like the kind of my proposal that I don't know why some people in this picture could see uh, hatred or why they feel threat by this picture. Like we all have different kinds of families. I've seen even debates on YouTube where the children that were raised by gay couples and gay people that are homophobic tend to say that that's not okay for children and they're not gonna be raised they're not gonna grow up okay. So that's uh like a I think it's a prejudice because now there's no scientific evidence that can say that a family cannot be uh, conformed by a man and a man or two women. So we have to understand that right now in this world we have new role models that are changing between what is masculine, what is feminine, what is a family, what is a couple, what we can do with regardless to our gender, our sexual identity, how we feel. So this picture caught my attention because the Gay Pride Month it was cancelled this year because of COVID-19. So a lot of people were doing a lot of like creative ways to call the attention, and I found this picture with the mask with the gay flag. What I found that some religious people also hate that they use these colors because they say the rainbow is like it's something it's on the Bible and it represents the connection between God and humanity, and they hate that they use this symbol as the gay uh, symbol. But if we know the rainbow represents each color represents each different uh, it represents all the diverse range of sexuality, and it also consider like not just the gay community, lesbian, um, transgender community, also the straight community. It's part of it. So this is one of the things I'm talking about. The homophobia in nowadays in this 21st century is happening a lot in the social media. So the first proposal that I say is that the parents have to fight homophobia from home, and they need to educate the children to respect and understand that all people are equal. So educate in social media and educate in in legal rights. So with this, I will end my presentation.